Hi, this is Colleen from Keeping the Peace, and welcome back to another episode of Colleen Answers Your Questions. Today we are answering a question that comes through YouTube. It's in the down bar of episode 5 in this same series where we were talking about 6 o'clock hold or center to level. The gentleman's name on YouTube is Britt C. I'll put that here if you want to go check him out. Here we go. It's a little bit wordy, so I'm going to read the whole thing. Give him credit for his question here. Hi Colleen, love your shooting instructions and videos. Keep up the good work. Please clear up a sight picture question. I shoot a 45, which makes almost a ½ inch diameter hole, or about the size of an eyeball. For this question, let's forget about range and zeroing sights and assume that we have a clear visual of the hole or the eyeball because of short range or use of a scope. If I've already made one hole and I want to put the next round through the same hole, then what is the aim point on the first hole? Or to put it another way, the bad person's holding a hostage in front of you, you want to shoot the hostage or trigger his suicide vest and all you can see is his eyes. If I level my sights covering the hole or the eyeball as you prescribed, then the sights would be even with the top of the hole or the eyeball. It just seems more natural to me that the sights should be even with the dead center of the hole or the eyeball. Now I understand that leveling the sights with the bottom of the hole or eyeball would be same as the 6 o'clock position. So which do you recommend and why? Thanks for your help and God bless. Okay. What's the easiest way to say this? Basically, after you shoot your first round, you shouldn't know exactly where you hit until you're done shooting. So let's say I was going to shoot 5 rounds, or let's say I was going to shoot until, as my instructor says, shoot your fret until they either burst into flames or fall over. That's the way he puts it. So, or catch on fire. Burst into flames, yeah, catch on fire. After you shoot your first round, you don't know exactly where it hit. You hope it hit where you were aiming, but you shoot your rounds until you're done. Then you lower your gun and you see where they hit. So when you're shooting at the range, you're not going to lower your gun between each shot to see where your hole was. You want to keep your aim point the same. The way a target should look, if you're grouping well and maintaining the same aim point, which you want to do, your holes should be hitting each other. You may not hit the same exact hole every time, but you may have a hit here and a hit here, hit here, hit here, hit here, hit here. And after you've shot maybe 20, 30 rounds, you're going to see a widening hole in the middle of where you were hitting before. What you don't want to do is shoot a round, then change your aim point because of the round that you just hit. Because if you're doing that, that means you're lowering the gun to look at the target in between each shot. That's going to make it it's going to cause a lot of things. It can cause you to shoot low. It can also cause you to take a lot longer to line up your sights and get ready for your next shot. You're kind of breaking up your follow-through by dropping your gun to look. So I would say pick an aim point and keep it until you're finished shooting that string of rounds. So let's just say you were practicing shooting 5-round exercises, okay? You're going to, it's hard to do this with my phone in my hand, you're going to put that gun up there, you're going to shoot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to lower your gun to see where you hit. You're not going to shoot 1. Okay, now I have to aim at a different spot because of that hole. You're not going to do that. If you do that, you're just going to cause yourself to take a lot longer to be ready for the next shot. Your follow-through is going to be a lot slower. And if you're in a real live situation where someone's attacking you, you're not going to do that anyway. I promise you're not going to do that. You're going to pick where you want to hit and you're going to keep shooting until something happens, until your threat is gone. I hope that answers your question. It's a really good question. I can understand where you're coming from because you're thinking of, okay, I just hit this hole in the target. Now I'm going to aim below it because I want to hit a different place in the paper. Just kind of forget the paper and think more of, it's gross, but think more of serious threat, human body. You're not going to have a hole like that. You're going to have a wound channel, but you can still hit that same spot and just make a bigger, nastier wound channel until they quit coming after you, if that makes any sense. I know that's nasty, but sometimes we have to think that way. Keep the same aim point until you're done shooting. Hope that answers your question. Thanks. I really appreciate you participating. Great question.